Before you write a single line of code, you need the right tools. A carpenter doesn't start building without a hammer, saw, and measuring tape. A developer doesn't start coding without a code editor, terminal, and version control. In this video, I'll set up your complete development environment from scratch. Everything you need to build full stack applications, not just the tools, but how to configure them properly so you're as productive as possible from day one. By the end of this video, your machine will be ready for everything we build in this series. Let's start with your code editor. We'll use Visual Studio Code. It's free, it's fast, and it's what most developers use. Download it from code.visualstudio.com, available for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Once installed, let's configure it properly. Open Settings with Command, on Mac or Control, on Windows. First, enable autosave. Set it to after delay with a 1-second delay. Your files save automatically, no more losing work. Second, set your font. I recommend JetBrains Mono. It's free, designed for code, and has ligatures that make symbols look cleaner. Third, set tab size to 2 spaces. This is the standard for web development. Now let's install essential extensions. Click the extensions icon on the sidebar. Install Prettier. It auto-formats your code so it always looks consistent. Install ESLint. It catches common mistakes in your JavaScript. Install Live Server. It runs a local web server that auto-refreshes when you save. Install GitLens. It shows who changed each line of code and when. Install the Thunder client. It lets you test APIs directly from VS Code. A few keyboard shortcuts that will save you hours. Command P opens files by name. Command Shift P opens the command palette. Command D selects the next occurrence of a word. Option up and option down move entire lines. Command / toggles comments. Learn these 5 shortcuts and you'll be faster than most developers. Next up, the terminal. The terminal is a text-based interface to your computer. Instead of clicking through folders, you type commands. On Mac, you have terminal built in. I recommend installing iTerm 2 instead, it's more powerful. On Windows, use Windows Terminal with WSL, Windows Subsystem, for Linux. Let's learn the essential commands. pwd shows your current directory, where you are right now. ls lists files and folders in the current directory. Add -l for a detailed list view with permissions and file sizes. cd changes directory. cd desktop moves you to the desktop. cd ... goes up 1 level. cd tilde goes to your home directory. mkdir creates a new folder. mkdir my project creates a project folder. Touch creates a new empty file. Touch index.html creates an HTML file. rm removes a file. rm-r removes a folder and everything inside it. Be careful with this. cp copies files. mv moves or renames files. cat displays the contents of a file. Clear clears the terminal screen. These are the commands you'll use daily. Don't worry about memorizing them all right now. You'll build muscle memory as we use them throughout the series. Now let's install Node.js. Node.js lets you run JavaScript outside the browser. We'll need it for building backend servers, running build tools, and managing packages. But don't install it directly from the website. Use NVM instead, Node Version Manager. Different projects use different Node versions, and NVM lets you switch between them instantly. On Mac or Linux, install NVM by running the curl command from their GitHub page. Once installed, run NVM install 22. This installs Node version 22, the current LTS. Run node -- version to verify it worked. Node comes with npm, the Node package manager. npm lets you install libraries that other people built. Instead of writing everything from scratch, you use packages. Run npm -- version to check it's there. I also recommend installing Yarn as an alternative package manager. Run npm install -g yarn. Yarn is faster and has a cleaner output. Some projects use npm, some use Yarn. We'll use both in this series. Let's test everything. Create a file called hello.js. Type console.log, hello from Node. Run it with Node hello.js. You should see hello from Node printed in your terminal. That's JavaScript running outside the browser on your machine. This is the same technology that powers Netflix, LinkedIn, and Uber's backends. The last essential tool is Git version control. Git tracks every change you make to your code. You can go back in time, work on different features simultaneously, and collaborate with other developers without overwriting each other's work. On Mac, Git comes pre-installed. On Windows, download it from git-sem.com. Verify with git version. Let's set it up. You need to tell Git who you are. Git config global user.name, your name in quotes. Git config global user.email, your email in quotes. Now let's learn the core Git workflow. Git init creates a new Git repository in your current folder. Git add.stages all changed files. It's like saying I want to save these changes. Git commit-m with a message in quotes. This saves a snapshot of your code. Git status shows what's changed since the last commit. Git log shows the history of all commits. Git diff shows what exactly changed in each file. Now let's connect to GitHub. GitHub is where your code lives online. Create a free account at github.com. Create a new repository. Copy the remote URL. Git remote add origin. Paste the URL. Git push-u origin main pushes your code to GitHub. This is the foundation of collaboration. Every company uses Git and GitHub or a similar service like GitLab. We'll use Git in every single video going forward. One more tool that's already on your computer. Browser developer tools. Right-click any web page and click Inspect or press F12. This opens the DevTools panel. Let me walk you through the tabs. The Elements tab shows the HTML structure of the page. You can click any element and see its CSS on the right. You can even edit the HTML and CSS live to experiment. Changes don't save, so you can't break anything. The Console tab is where JavaScript runs. Type 2 + 2 and hit enter, you get 4. Any errors in your JavaScript code will also appear here in red. The Network tab shows every request the browser makes, every HTML file, CSS file, JavaScript file, image, API call. You can see the size, how long it took, and the response. This is incredibly useful for debugging. The Application tab shows cookies, local storage, and session storage. We'll use these when we build authentication later in the series. The Lighthouse tab runs a performance and accessibility audit. It gives your page a score and tells you exactly what to fix. DevTools is your debugging superpower. We'll be using it constantly throughout this series. You now have everything installed and configured: VS Code, terminal, Node.js with NVM, Git with GitHub, and browser DevTools. In the next video, I'll introduce TaskFlow. The application will build from scratch throughout this entire series. See you in the next one.